right. Hey guys, how's it going? Let me see if we're up and running here. Looks like I got a live one. Awesome. Let me get it muted. If I can ever figure out how to get this thing going here. There we go. All right. Hey, Susan, Karen, Rosie, thanks you guys for popping on. Good evening. Happy Sunday evening. This is Tara with Tara Beth Stamps. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from mid-Missouri. And thank you for coming with me on Sunday night. We're going to do a fun fold card. So the Stampin' Up! Mini catalog, the July to December, oh, I've got a bug in here. The July to December catalog is now live. So you're going to start seeing a lot more Christmas cards. Thanks, Mary, for popping in. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. So when I first saw the catalog, I'm going to be honest with you, the cover popped out to me. I loved everything about it. So, of course, the first Christmas card that I'm making, I am using the Aglow set. So this is a easel fun fold. So it's going to pop out here. This is something that you can send to someone that's super special, and they're going to keep it on their mantle. This one may find its way on my mantle because I absolutely love it. So it's just a nice little easel card that flips up with the beautiful sentiment. So this is super easy. It's going to use a couple of different products I'm going to show you in the mini catalog. So once again, this is the mini catalog, and you're going to find this group of stuff on page 30 and 31. So I'm going to be using both bundles as well as the shimmer paper and the DSP. Probably going to use the gems as well on this particular one. So this is the stamp set. We are going to use mainly the stars on the envelope from the Christmas lights. From the dies, I used just this outline Christmas die. I used this small kind of star shape for the topper. And I think that's all I used on that. And then for the sentiments, this is going to be your go-to sentiment stamp set for Christmas. It is absolutely beautiful. The fonts are gorgeous. It really coordinates well from one font to another. This giant Merry Christmas is absolutely stunning on paper. I used Season's Greetings this time. I love the May piece of the season, like the world, and may the new year be the brightest. So beautiful, beautiful stamp set. This is your one must have, in my opinion. And then this fun die set as well. I use this for the sentiment, but this, all of it, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Then you have the Lights Aglow paper and DSP that I used. So basically you can tell what I did was I just took a piece of DSP and used that tree to die cut it. And that's all I had to do. It made it super simple. But all of this paper is absolutely stunning, including the shimmer paper, which I have more on order because I love it that much. All right, so this is a fun fold. You know that I enjoy those. So we are going to get down to it. I'm going to take out my Simply Score tool here. And I have two different pieces of cardstock. All of these dimensions will be available on my blog tomorrow. So don't forget to pop by and grab that. If you're not following me, if you could click that follow button, that would be awesome, so I know how many people are coming to see me. Okay, so this is going to be 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to score that at the normal 5 1/2. So this is your card base that we're using. But with an easel fold, you're going to use two different card bases essentially. So this is 4 by 10 1/4, and I am going to score it at, let's do 2 3/4 and 5, I believe. Nope, that was 2 1/2. Let's just, all right. It wouldn't be a card if I didn't make a mistake. So that's 2 1/2. The nice thing is that'll be folded on the inside and I won't even see where I did it. 2 1/2 and 5. So if you wrote those dimensions down, make sure, hey, Amy, thanks for popping by. Take that off. All right, so I'm going to set my Simply Score tool out of the way, and I'm going to give all of this a little burnish. So I'm going to fold it in half, and that's not right. And then we're going to fold it again. All right, so there we go. All right, so this is going to be the back where we're going to adhere paper, and then this is going to be the front. All right, so basically what we're going to do once we get it all decorated, you're going to see you're going to have that nice border that's exactly the same. Hey, Lori, thanks for popping by. Hey, Sonia, I'm glad you popped by. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to start by adhering a little bit of stuff. So what I did, because this card has kind of a pop-up here, and that's the only thing that's there, I went ahead and die cut a piece of thick basic white cardstock. Doesn't matter what color you use, really. I could have used the Evening Evergreen, just a thicker card base so that won't get bent up. So I'm just going to take a little bit of liquid adhesive and line that up. Make sure none of it's showing on the outside. But because they're die pieces, they're going to line up perfectly. We're just going to set that back to dry. I have a piece of that Lights Aglow DSP that we're going to adhere to a panel of Evening Evergreen. So just a bit of liquid adhesive. We're going to line that up. And then we'll add this to the back of the card. Now, one thing, if you make this card, you're going to definitely see if you're sending it out in the mail, it's going to require some extra postage. This is heavy because there's so many layers. But on these fun folds, I like to do just lots and lots of layers just to display this gorgeous paper. All right. So make sure you've just got a nice little edge all the way around. We're going to seal that up. Next thing I have some cherry cobbler with another piece of DSP. Little bit of liquid adhesive. So I certainly wasn't thinking about Christmas this afternoon when I was making this card because it is warm, warm, warm here in mid-Missouri. I spent half of the afternoon outside in the pool cooling off. My husband and I are trying to get used to being empty nesters. Gavin turned 18 yesterday. Suzanne, she was home last weekend, but just for a day. So we're trying to get used to being there by ourselves again. So it's kind of nice to be out in the pool, just relaxing instead of splashing and all that jazz. All right, so there's just that next layer that we're going to put on there. And so that basically is the fold portion. So I'm going to go ahead and put this onto a cherry cobbler card base, and then we'll fold it up. Okay, I'll use liquid adhesive. I've been using a lot of seal lately just because I've been doing reels and I'm getting more and more used to seal and kind of sticking away from my liquid adhesive. So then my fingers aren't so sticky. Oh, you're an empty nester, Sonia. Yeah, it's a new experience. Gavin's going to be a senior this year, so we still have him, but man, he's just not home very often, and it has been hard to get used to when he's the baby. All right, we're going to fold this up and just burnish it really well. So now we have our card base ready. So we can get down to decorating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out that Christmas tree that I had, and I'm just going to line up a little bit of that seal. That's going to hold a little bit better. I want to be careful how much I put there because I don't want to see it on the edge. So I'm going to line that up there. All right, now we are going to make our Christmas packages. Yeah, I can understand that, Rosie, definitely. So this is the gold shimmer paper that we used. And look how pretty it is just by itself. Just, you know, you can put that right along there. Look how gorgeous that is. You don't have to do anything with that. What I did, however, was I went ahead and added a little bit of the adhesive sheets to the back. Now I'm going to have to try to get it off. That should be interesting. There we go. Hold your tongue just right. So I'm going to take it off now. I'm going to be really careful and kind of just tear it off right there. That way my bow is not exposed. I'm still leaving that not sticky. So I'm going to stick one of those on a piece of soft succulent. And I'm going to do the same thing with a piece of cherry cobbler. Hold my tongue just right. There we go. This is the one that must have had the half sheet on there. Oh, crumb. Be fine. All right. I'm gonna line that up. And now I'm just gonna do a little fussy cutting around this. I could have used liquid adhesive, but my problem is when I use liquid adhesive on these super thin lines, I have a tendency to get a little heavy-handed, and then it gets all goopy and I can see it, and then I have to use an eraser and it takes forever to get all the stuff off. So I like the adhesive sheets for these thin things. Okay, we'll get those out of the way. And believe it or not, we're really almost close to done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line these packages up just like so. We'll use a little bit of seal to put them down. There's one. And then here's another one. All right, there we go. All right, now I have a sentiment that I went ahead and stamped. Oh, here we go. Oh, and I need to do these too. All right, so the sentiment I went ahead and I stamped it with Versamark, and heat set some of the gold embossing powder, and then I die cut it with that Aglow set. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional right here in the middle of it, if I can find one. Just go to the other desk and grab one. I'm going to put that Stampin' Dimensional right there in the middle. And then I'm just going to put just a scotch of seal on the ends. I'm going to line it up. And there we go. And this covers almost the entire card front. If you see, there's not very much hanging off on each end. So I'm going to go ahead and put that like that. And then I'm going to play around with this. So when I did it initially, I did the gold on the top and the green on the bottom. And I think I'm still going to do that. So this is going to require a set of tweezers most likely, because these little guys are tiny, tiny, tiny. Mary, thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. All right, so there's this. And I could have used the same color and just done all green or all gold, but I like the two colors together. And then this gold one, I'm gonna stick right there. Okay, so there is the front of the card. Now, on the original, you'll see I used some of these pearlized enamel effects. So this is gonna be like the voodoo drops, maybe, something like that. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you. The one thing I'm going to tell you is I had both of these packages, polka dots, on both of them. And then I had it sitting on my desk to dry, and I moved something and I had to redo the package, obviously, because it's smeared all over it. It takes quite a bit of time for these jobbers to dry. But They are beautiful, and they're great colors. You've got the red, and you've got the silver, and the pearlized white. I think I'm going to go through a lot of the pearlized white for Christmas. So those are absolutely beautiful. So make sure you pick that up. All right, so now I think to finish off the front of the card, I'm going to use some of the gold embellishments from this set. So these are super tiny, so they won't, there we go. We'll do about 5. Just scatter those all around. All right, so there is the outside of the card. When it sits, it's gonna sit like this, so you can kind of see how it can set on a mantle. You know, when someone sees it, they're gonna see it like that. Check out my blog tomorrow for pictures, so you'll get a really good idea of what they look like. Okay, for the inside, I have a sentiment picked out, and we're gonna use some Evening Evergreen. And I'm just gonna stamp that. And because this is a clean stamp, I'm gonna give it a shot right here and see how straight it is with the sticker, and it's pretty good. Now let's see if I can do that again on the Very Vanilla. Okay, as you can see, I didn't center this because I'm going to add a little bit of DSP to this side just so that it's not plain on the inside. I think I may have done some snowflakes too on the original. So I just have a small strip of that coordinating DSP that I'm going to line up, give it a little slide down there. I'll be ready for the inside. So this is, Sonia, this is the, here we go. So the sentiment is from the Brightest Glow, and the tree and the snowflakes come from Christmas Lights. So this is the one thing you have to have because it's going to make some gorgeous Christmas cards. And the DSP is just, it's simply gorgeous. So if you don't have a demonstrator, let me know. Give me a shout out and I'll get you a catalog in the mail. There's some celebration going on, so there's a lot of free stuff that you can earn. It's awesome. Okay, so there we go. So there's the card. All it takes, it's simply beautiful. For the inside, or for the envelope, I'm going to take a couple of stamp sets. I'm going to grab a block here. Rosie, thank you. I'm glad you like it. So I'm just going to do a couple of those snowflakes in the Evening Evergreen. Just kind of random in that corner. And then finish it off with a little DSP on the outside. All right. So here we go. Because as Mary says, we can't have any naked envelopes. Wow, I'm getting a lot of feedback on this card. You guys must really like it. I think it's going to be the paper that does the trick. This is absolutely gorgeous paper. All right. So don't forget celebration. No, I guess we're only a week into it. 10 days, whatever it is. But things are selling out. I have a feeling things will sell out quickly, so you don't want to miss out. So there we go. There's the card for today. A double easel fun fold that's going to look beautiful on anyone's mantle. Thank you guys for giving me part of your Sunday night. I appreciate it. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.